Hi, my name is Anouk and I'm a customer success engineer at Deeploy. In this tutorial, I will show you how you can use the Deeploy Python client to submit actuals and evaluations to your deployment in Deeploy. First, let me explain you what we use actuals and evaluations for in the platform. So as you may know, Deeploy comes with out-of-the-box monitoring capabilities to monitor the performance of your AI model in production. In order to compute those metrics, we have to set up a pipeline that pushes actuals, so the true values that are known in a later point in time than when the predictions were made, to the deployment and deploy. Evaluations, on the other hand, are human feedback points. So that means that humans agree or disagree with the model prediction and give a comment, and that evaluation is then used to monitor the disagreement ratio in the Deeploy platform. Okay, so let's have a look how we can use Python way to push actuals and evaluations to the platform. So we log into Deeploy and we already have a deployment credit risk scoring that we will use in this tutorial. So what I have to do is I go to my notebook and I have to import some libraries for this functionality. So I run this cell and then I have to initialize the Python client. And to do that, I need a host. In this case, it's the Deeploy Cloud version, so that's app.deploy.ml, the workspace ID of where the deployment is deployed in, and a deployment token. So let's get that information from Deeploy. First, I can go into my details API. This is where I can find the workspace ID. So I copy it and paste it here. And now I have to create a deployment token that enables to set up a connection between my Python notebook and my deployment. So I want to enable evaluations because I want to use this token later on also for evaluations. I save it, copy the token and paste it here and run this cell. So first we're going to start by submitting actuals, and in order to do that we have to retrieve prediction logs from predictions that were already made with this model. For that we need the deployment ID. So I go to my details, API, and then deployment ID, copy it and paste it here. And then we can run this to get the prediction logs. Okay, so now we get the prediction logs of all the predictions that have been made with this model. And to show you how to submit actuals, we will just get the latest one, paste the prediction ID here. What we can see is that the model predicted false in this case. So let's say later in time it appeared that it was actually true. We can run the cell and we get the message that it's created. So let's check that out. So in our deployment, we go to the predictions, go to the latest one that had prediction false, and here we can see that we have submitted our actual that says true. Okay, next I will show you how to submit evaluations, and for this we will do both a disagreement and an agreement. So we need the deployment ID again. And the prediction log IDs for those two predictions that I want to submit evaluations for. So let's use the same that we just used for actuals. And another one. All right, so for disagreement, the evaluation submission looks like this. So agree is false. We also submit what the desired output should be. So the human evaluator says what it actually should be. So as we can see, this prediction was false. And if the human evaluator disagrees with this, that automatically means that he thinks that the prediction should be true. So that's why it says true here. And he or she can also submit a comment. For the create evaluation agreement, then agree is true, and also a comment can be added. All right, so let's run the cell. And then we can go to our prediction overview again. And we can see that the latest two predictions now have an evaluation. If we click on it, we can see here that the outcome was disagreed. We can see what the desired output should be and the comment that we just provided. And for the other one, we can see that the outcome is agreed, and also the comment says, well, totally agreed. All right, so in case we have created like an automated way to provide actuals, for example, every week whenever an actual comes in, and create like application for human evaluators that is directly linked to Deeploy, we can get like a more constant flow of actuals and evaluations. And if we do that, we can monitor those. So let's have a look at a deployment that has that. It's a similar deployment, and we can go to monitoring, performance, and here we can see that there's like a constant flow of actuals that are put in. For example, in the last hour, 5 actuals have been submitted, and the different metrics will be calculated based on that. And for evaluations, same goes. So for example, in the last hour, 5 evaluations have been submitted as well, and we can here monitor the disagreement ratio. Okay, so in this tutorial I showed you the basics of how to submit actuals and evaluations. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.